It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Oh, here's a quick one because this is from today's show. This is from Anna. How can I find if a financial advisor is a registered fiduciary? Is there a website to find any registered fiduciaries?
I think that's a great question because, look, fiduciary, I thought it was interesting because everybody was going to have to be a fiduciary. There was a whole rule that was passed, and it looked like, and you saw everybody changing their business models. It's actually reverted because it seems like that desire has gone away. And the fact that now we're back to a big differentiation. And by the way, I feel like I need to explain what is fiduciary versus suitability, because that's the two standards that financial advisors work under. Suitability just means that any advice they give you is incidental to them selling you products. Now, you're like, okay, well, surely that's pretty easy to see. No, I mean, it's on the brochures. It looks very much the same thing. It's just that you have to point blank ask the financial advisor, are you subject to the fiduciary standard? Let me tell you, because suitability is such a low standard because candy bars are suitable for human consumption. Right. They are not what a nutritionist would recommend for a healthy diet that you would have. But under a suitability standard, eat some candy bars. Yeah. You go ahead, eat your candy bars. You hear Snickers tells you if you're getting hangry, eat a Snickers. You're going to be a happier person because of it. Not meaning that you're going to be healthier for it, though. And I think it's the same thing when you're applying it to your finances. The fiduciary standard requires that the advisor has to put your interest ahead of their own. So they can actually be held to, it's a legal standard, meaning that if they don't do in your best interest, you can actually sue them. I think that is, and you're thinking about financial health, just like you look at consumption of food, financial health-wise, the fiduciary advisor is going to be like the nutritionist that's going to tell you the optimal way so you get the best benefit out of your finances. And look, I don't mind sharing. We are fiduciaries, but I come from a background. I was a registered rep with the 763, like a lot of you who are out there watching, who are trying to figure out. It's great coming over to the other side and having that fiduciary standard because you feel like you're doing good work for the clients versus just selling products. And I get it. I mean, it hurts. I know when the old firm I was with did a lot of insurance sales, and that eats on you after a while. But pay attention. Fiduciary standard is a huge one. Understand the difference between fiduciary, suitability. We want you to have a nutritious financial meal, not just candy bars all the time.
So a great thing you can do is you can just ask. Ask your advisor, hey, are you held to a fiduciary standard? And usually they'll say something like, oh, yeah, I'm registered with NAPFA or whatever the thing is. Or they'll say, no, that's not a company policy. So it's a pretty easy question.
Yeah, and there's a few organizations that require you to be fee only. NAPFA, as Bo said, napfa.org. You have to take a fiduciary oath to be a member of the organization. XY Planning requires a fiduciary oath. Garrett Planning required?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So it's just, there are some, I know NAPFA is the big one. Go out there, just napfa.org. We get nothing for telling you that other than that we are, well, I guess we are members of NAPFA, so that I'll disclose that.